On July 9th of 2019, the Fifth Circuit of Appeals heard arguments as to why the Affordable Care Act was unconstitutional. No matter what the ruling is, the side that loses will most likely make an appeal, and the continuation or the removal of the ACA will be determined by the Supreme Court. Though the ACA is not perfect, if deemed unconstitutional, this then leads to the possible revocation of the act, and this would have several consequences for social workers, their clients, and people in communities around the nation. Since the ACA was enacted, Medicaid enrollment increased by 16 million people, and millions of people around the nation were offered affordable health care. If the ACA is overturned, around 20 million people could lose health care coverage, and the ability to obtain insurance with pre-existing conditions could become more difficult yet again. And people would most likely not be allowed to stay on their parents' insurance until the age of 26. My current field placement is at a college campus's counseling services, and the overturn of the ACA would significantly affect the college student population. Though counseling services are offered to all enrolled students with or without insurance, if students are unable to afford health care, this could lead to a decline in their physical health, which would impact their mental health. Most traditional straight out of high school full-time students would not have a full-time job and medical insurance offered by an employer. And non-traditional students going back to college later in life are more likely to have pre-existing conditions and may be denied coverage. We have clients ranging in age from 17 to 72, and oftentimes we do have to hospitalize some, and many are on medication. Without insurance, they would be unable to afford the care they want and need. The more students who are unable to afford insurance would affect social workers in the organization and elsewhere. When providing clients to resources outside the counseling center, we already have to check to see if their insurance will cover any other outpatient or inpatient assistance. And if they don't have insurance to begin with, finding them resources would become much more difficult. Social work services across settings have expanded and strengthened since the enactment of the ACA because they are funded and people can afford them. Social work values and ethics could be impacted if 20 million people lose health care coverage because clients may lose access to these social work services. Some of our values are service and social justice, and if the ACA is overturned, this could impede our ability to provide for people in need. It could make it more difficult to ensure access to needed resources, especially if they are not feasible or affordable to clients. Like I said before, the ACA is not perfect, but without it, or another program put in its place would have many implications for social workers and our clients.